Theseus and the Minotaur. In the ancient city of Athens, a young prince named Theseus grew up hearing tales of monsters, heroes, and hidden kings, but none troubled him more than the dark tribute his people paid to Crete, a punishment for an old war they had lost. Every 9 years, Athens was forced to send 7 boys and 7 girls across the sea to King Minos of Crete. They were not sent to serve, nor to live. They were sent into the labyrinth, a twisted maze of stone from which no one had ever returned. And at the heart of that maze lived the Minotaur, a monstrous creature, half man, half bull, who devoured all who came near. Theseus could not bear the shame of it. When the time came for the third tribute, he stood before his father, King Aegeus, and said, "Send me with them. I will slay the beast and end this curse." His father begged him not to go. "If you must," Aegeus said, "raise white sails on your return to show me you are alive. If your sails are black, I will know you are lost." Theseus promised, and so he sailed. When the ship arrived in Knossos, the capital of Crete, the prisoners were paraded before King Minos, but among the watchers was Ariadne, daughter of the king. And when her eyes met Theseus's, something stirred in her heart. That night she came to him in secret. "I will help you," she whispered, "but only if you take me with you when you escape." Theseus swore he would. Ariadne handed him 2 things, a sword, sharp and light, and a ball of thread. "Tie this thread to the entrance," she said. "Unwind it as you go. When you slay the beast, follow it back to freedom." The next morning, the captives were led into the labyrinth. The stone corridors twisted endlessly, shadows creeping along the walls. But Theseus stayed calm. He tied the thread at the door and moved forward, deeper and deeper into the maze. The air grew thick, the walls seemed to whisper, and then he heard it, the low, terrible breathing of the Minotaur. It stood before him in a cavern, massive and snarling. Its bull's head lowered, its hooves scraped the stone. The beast charged. Theseus dodged, swift and agile. He struck with his sword once, twice, but the Minotaur would not fall. They grappled, man and monster, in a brutal dance of fury and strength. Finally, with one final cry, Theseus drove the blade into the creature's heart. The Minotaur fell. The labyrinth grew silent. Bloody and breathing hard, Theseus gathered the others and followed the thread back through the winding paths, back to the door, back to the light. They fled Crete that very night, taking Ariadne with them. But as the ship sailed home, something strange occurred. On the island of Naxos, Theseus left Ariadne behind. Some say the gods commanded it. Others say he feared what she might become. But her heart was broken, and her story went on without him. As for Theseus, he neared Athens, but in his grief or his guilt, he forgot his promise. He left the black sails on the ship. From the cliffs, King Aegeus saw them. Thinking his son was dead, he threw himself into the sea that now bears his name, the Aegean Sea. Theseus became king, but his tale was never without sorrow. He was the hero who braved the labyrinth, who killed the Minotaur, who freed Athens from fear. But his story, like many great myths, reminds us that even heroes can forget. That victory does not always come without cost, and that sometimes what we leave behind haunts us more than any monster in the dark.